going through projects, he's demonstrating it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing all of that, because like he's
Mm-hmm.
started explaining what this is and
Mm-hmm.
what variables are, what CF files are, what it explains he's explaining the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that part is fine where he's explaining what
Is it
variables are and
necessary that
things like that.
I confuse you as well?
Yeah, so in the beginning of the course is it is important to explain what variables are and things like that. So
Yeah,
that's fine. Like if he's explaining variables, argument, resource
yeah,
type, and things like that.
yeah. He's doing
But
all of that. Data sets or whatever he calls it.
but that's in the big that's yes, in the beginning and as you guys are going through the course, right? So but it's the how is his approach on the project? Is what you guys are doing, is it project based? Like
Yeah. I mean,
with
I
the
haven't
things you
gotten.
guys with the things you guys are building, is there like something to create after that? Because if there's something to create that is kind of progressive, then
Yeah,
that's fine.
it is. Hold on one second. It is project based
Hmm.
because it goes into everything like Kubernetes and all that stuff. You know.
In the same Terraform project?
Yeah.
Nah.
Hold on one second. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Hold on. Maybe I'll share it with you guys, and you guys might see it. Let me see. Where is it again? That's my Udemy. Um. Okay. Hold on one second. I had it here. Where was it again? Okay. Um, I'll be taking. Yeah. One second.
Did you find it?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to find the guy's name and all that stuff. But it's taking me to where I am on the project, and I'm trying to go to the beginning.
Oh, okay.
I can see his
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, the main thing is just the
Yeah, so he's saying AWS EKS. I am in. Oh, okay. It's got what's the course name? Hold on one second. Okay, one second. Let me try and open it up on this computer because I have it on a different computer.
Ade Jerry, good
Uh,
morning or good evening.
AZ, have you ever heard of the SAP S/4HANA migration, RISE, and Cloud Experience Manager for
No,
that position? You never heard of that? Because
no.
where I live at in my area, I see that particular job. It seems like it's always hiring, but I don't
Oh,
know
okay.
nothing about SAP for HANA migration, and I was thinking maybe you might know anything about that.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I posted it on the chat. I don't know if anybody has seen it.
Okay, let me check it. In the Zoom chat.
Yeah.
think you also have an Udemy account for that.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, it's asking to log in before you can see.
You also have
I think
a
it's because
Udemy
you
account.
shared from your account. That's why. It might not hold on. 173512.
Okay. Let me see if I can find it.
173512.
That's what it said. It said to share, so I'll just share it from there.
Okay. I can I'm trying to log in so I can see. It's
If I
fine.
open it, it's only going to take me to my own.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I logged in. You just had to log in to see.
Okay.
Right.
How about giving us the name of the instructor?
Yeah, it didn't let me log in. I tried to log in through Google, but nah, ain't let me log
Okay, it's
in.
fine. I already logged in. I'll share my screen. All right. Right there, that's the course. So Terraform on AWS EKS. 50 real world demos. So, and what did it say? 50 real world demo. So I think because it has EKS, a lot of people are always trying to learn stuff about EKS. I don't know, um, but if you are a beginner, this is not a course I would start with, just because
Okay.
it is talking about Kubernetes and it has like demo for different things. So,
Well,
it's demo.
he starts from the very beginning though.
Yeah. So, I mean, yes, in the beginning, it has to tell you what, like that, understanding what, um, the main issue you will have is not the Terraform part. It will be the resource you are trying to create part. So that's now if you are an absolute, this is more for like someone that is advanced that already knows Kubernetes. So imagine if you don't have any Kubernetes experience, you don't know what EKS is, you don't know what Kubernetes is.
Yeah.
You
But
you
I'm only doing it because I've already gone through your one.
yeah,
Yeah. And
right.
obviously I understand a little bit more. I'm just trying to take my knowledge to the next level.
Yeah, yes, and that's fine. So you see that uh so VPC, design the VPC, right? This is Bastion host, uh EKS cluster, right? Kubernetes fundamentals, right? So this is not a course for a beginner. So I've always said like if you but for you it's fine. It's just up to you if you want to um take this course because you already know stuff about Terraform. But if someone's a beginner, it's not and how to start and learn Terraform because it's more Kubernetes based. So you'll learn the basics of Terraform here. So I can see it here. He has the all these are standard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these are three stuff. So once you learn these things, then everything else is just trying to use what you've learned to create a resource in AWS, which is what it is doing here. But you also have to understand how Kubernetes works from the management console standpoint before a lot of the stuff it's doing here will make sense.
Mm.
So it has to be a project based. That's what I would say, which is
Yeah.
it looks like it is, but I wouldn't learning Kubernetes. I won't start. I mean, learning Terraform. I won't start on Kubernetes. I'll start on like some simple stuff in AWS. Then I'll work my way up there.
Yeah, I think Kubernetes is actually quite complicated in a way. I think that's the most difficult um project I've gone through your list of projects. It's quite complicated. The other projects are much easier, like the ECS project is much easier than Kubernetes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Alex, it looks like a good course, but and again, and I'm looking at it. Um, there's like there is like there is like I mean like there's quite an amount of time being spent on
Hmm.
each one.
That's why I was asking
I
you.
don't like when for me I wouldn't say learn in a batch like this. For example, my Kubernetes course is like if you let's say if you did it in Terraform, it will probably take you like 3 hours. The full course length might be 3 hours long, right?
Hmm.
So this one has pretty much everything in here because he is also teaching you how to build a VPC and all that stuff, right? So that's what I'm saying. I think if you are wanting to learn Terraform and you're just starting out, I will start with learning how to build a VPC with Terraform first.
Hmm.
Then once I learn that, then I will learn how to deploy some type of a simple application on an EC2 with it. Then once I learn that, then you just keep advancing it. And when I learned Terraform for the first time, that's exactly how I learned it. I did the dynamic web app on using Terraform. And once I completed it, I started learning other things on top of that. So I don't think this course is a bad course, but I mean like but for someone that's a beginner, it will get very confusing very fast. And it's a lot at once.
There are a
So
lot of
which might also discourage you. This is a lot of information at once. And the
That's
information is, I
that's
mean,
that's
this
what I
is
was
good.
saying.
Is this a
This
project based or just the information?
It is
Just
project
a
this
based.
course. So
He
that's
all this is a project?
Yeah, he starts off with like basically, explaining the fundamentals, and then he moves on to like, creating the one instance, and then creating VPCs and creating the whole stack, and then he then goes into the deeper stuff like the Kubernetes and all the others. I haven't reached that stage yet, so I don't know what's in there.
so
Yeah,
I'm on like the third one.
yeah, yeah.
this
AZ
is
have the same course.
this is a Kubernetes course, but done in Terraform. It is more of a Kubernetes course than it is a Terraform. It's both.
Mm,
You're learning both as you go, right?
mm,
But it's good. I like it. But this will probably be for people that are looking to learn Kubernetes. Someone that's looking to learn Kubernetes and
mm,
has somewhat of Terraform experience, right? Um, like in the beginning, this is not well, it's cause it does pack a lot in there. So I guess this covers the basics of Terraform,
hmm
right?
I've
So
only
once
gotten
you
to the third one and I'm already like thinking, whoa, this is a lot, Do I need to do all of this?
It's up to you. I mean, like my course is like so once you know what you so what I try to like teach you guys is you know what once you know what a resource type is, an argument is, and all those things, right?
Mhm.
Then you can find something to create. And it's the same type of stuff he's trying to do here, where over here he's starting by creating a VPC. But this is what I'm saying is this would be equivalent to my Kubernetes project,
Hmm.
my EKS project, but I don't have it in Terraform. So this is more of like an EKS project using Terraform.
Okay.
For beginner, this is not where I would start, especially if you don't know what if you don't know what Kubernetes is, or you don't even have a good concept of just things in AWS and how to create them. But I think it's a good course, but it is for this course will be for whoever it is for. But I don't think it's for everyone. It's like 310 lectures, 45 hours, and it's strictly uh, strictly Kubernetes. So if you are trying to learn Kubernetes and you're trying to learn how to deploy Kubernetes in AWS, then this is course. So this course will be equivalent to this project I did here. This project I did here, right? This project, if I decide to do this project in Terraform and give this project to you guys. So the project you are seeing here is equivalent to that. But if I was to teach you Terraform, I'm not going to start on this project. I'll start on like the static website, hosting a static website, then from there, hosting a dynamic website. Because even in order to understand the Kubernetes, the resource you guys are building, you have to understand how to create Kubernetes cluster and all those things in the management console. But a lot of the things it's doing there to make sense. So, but I think it's a good course, honestly. But it's just like, is this where, that's why I asked, is it project based? So, because if it's just something where you are doing demo, it's not really gonna help you in the long run, because after you've done it, if you don't use it again, you're going to forget. So let's say you taught you something, then you should be trying to deploy an application using the things you've learned. That's the way I feel it will be best to, that's how you'll be able to retain the information. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't, and I'm kind of on the fence because I don't think it's a bad course, but I think it's just for who it is for, you know? So
you're saying it's a little bit too advanced for us, I mean, for me, basically. I don't know about I don't know about anybody else, but for me, I just felt overwhelmed doing it. It just felt like, am I
it's
going
too
to
much,
remember all
it's
of this?
too much information at
Yeah.
once. It's too much information at once. That's what I'm saying, right? So, but for someone like me, if I'm looking at this, I wouldn't watch this. If I bought this course, I will probably buy it mainly because it's like a Kubernetes course, and maybe I need to deploy something in Kubernetes, and I'm looking for an example on how to do that. And I said, okay, this course deploys EKS in Terraform, then I'll buy it because I'm strictly buying it just to see the EKS part. And for example, I see some stuff like here where he's adding the some add-ons. I'm curious to see how that is done in Kubernetes, right? If I'm seeing that, I'll buy it, right, for that. And that's it. But if you are trying to learn Terraform in a structured way where you are actually deploying an application and you are seeing the application at the end, this is too much information. A lot of stuff you will do in this thing, you probably won't remember because it's too much information. You have to do things bit by piece and work towards a goal, and that's when it stays with you. This stuff here is strictly mainly for Kubernetes, EKS.
Hey, Alex.
Okay.
Daniel.
I mean, I got it now. It's always going to be there. So whenever I need it, I can always go back to it.
Yeah.
That's why I said I'll ask you, because I just felt like when I was doing like exactly what you said, I started getting overwhelmed. I'm feeling like, how am I going to remember all of this? This is way too much. I mean, yeah, it was a good thing that I was able to go through the basics from like the start, and a lot of the things I kind of like remembered from your course as well. So I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I understand that. Even though he was doing it mainly on the command line, he hardly went into the console, So and that was another aspect of it that I felt like I needed to learn how to do that as well. So yeah.
Hey, Alex, have you heard of Code Cloud?
Code Cloud.
Check them out, man. All the DevOps tools, training and stuff, that's
Okay.
because you do have access to like a playground where you can run all these Docker commands, all the Kubernetes
Okay.
commands.
So they have like sandboxes and stuff.
Everything, man. That's where you want to be if you want to learn this stuff.
All right.
Yeah, am I typing it wrong?
It's K, starts with a K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, K. That's where I got to learn a lot of the.
Yeah, so I'm not sure well, I think I'm still typing it wrong.
No, the two of them is going to be letter K.
It's
KK.
Code,
Cloud.
yeah.
Fostering. Okay.
Yeah, you benefit a lot from that, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot, way better.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where you want to be to practice any DevOps stuff, man.
What's the payment like? So you just pay like,
It's like I think it's a monthly thing now, because the time
okay,
I
so
joined
it was
was like 2
not to
years
go.
ago. At the time it was like 10, 20 bucks. I think it's around like 20 something bucks now monthly. But you have access to everything, so you
Yeah.
can get down with
Let me
stuff.
see what the pricing is.
Yeah, it's really cool. Trust me, you will
So
love
it goes up as much as $28, and these are the things you
Yeah.
get access to.
Yeah. For
Um,
business. That's for business though. And that the pro, what's the difference in the pro and the regular standard one?
it makes sense to just be on the pro, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
yeah, so it's just these are the difference, the things
Yeah.
you are saying here, pro
Yeah,
courses.
and all that stuff, but just be
Yeah.
on the pro.
So I'll say whatever you guys are learning, when you learn something, just try to make it like a, excuse me, try to make it project based, right?
Yeah.
Learn something, learn a concept, and try to build something from it.
And that's exactly what you do here. You learn the concept and then you deploy applications here using all these tools, Kubernetes, Docker, and all this stuff. It's really nice.
Because sometimes I don't like sandbox environment because it's good to learn certain things. I mean, don't get me, it's good to learn probably a lot of stuff, but with there's different ways you learn because there was something similar to code class when I was learning. I forgot the name that I was using, and it would give you the instructions and tell you the steps on how to spin up the sandbox environment for you. And it would just walk you through the steps of how to build something. And as long as you follow the steps, everything works in their own sandbox environment. That is good. That is also good. But then eventually where you should graduate to is building everything from scratch from your local computer. Because in doing that, you're going to run into a lot of issues, right? If you are spinning up an EC2 now in someone's sandbox environment, they will create the VPC for you. But if you are creating an EC2 in your own environment, you might mess up on your VPC creation. Then that causes issue when you are deploying your EC2, which you have to troubleshoot. So,
Yeah.
but I say
I mean, for sure.
ultimately, that's where you guys should get to. But all these things does help. So
Yeah,
if
it's
I
just
was
a
a
matter of
beginner, I would
Mhm.
use this service
Yeah.
too.
It's
I'll
just a
use
matter
this.
of you coming in there and knowing exactly, hey, you know how to run a Docker command, you know, all that type of stuff, just to get a sense of everything. And then at the end of the day, like you said, yeah, you need to graduate from this. But it's just a
Exactly.
matter of you knowing exactly that, hey, this is where I can do
Yeah.
a lot like my playing around and understanding what the concepts are,
Mhm.
be able to look at boards, run all these kubectl commands and all that stuff. It's
Yes, because a lot of the stuff in the sandbox environment would take away the troubleshooting part. So
So when it comes to troubleshooting, it's going to give you a hint, and then maybe from there, someone can just like be able to quickly recall. Yeah, I do use it once in a while, and what it helps me to, maybe let's say I'm at work and I don't want to just display my laptop or something. So once in a while, just to make sure that I stay current and I don't lose all the skills, knowledge that I've already gained. So when it's come to like I get stuck, it prompts me and it gives me a hint instead of telling me all the solution. So I will be able to force myself to. So yeah, it's kind of good for that aspect here and there. But I agree with you.
yeah, so I mean, it just depends. It depends. So Alex, I think that course is good, but it is for who is for. And it is a lot of information at once being thrown at you.
Yeah.
Right. And it is more Kubernetes based information, right? So the main thing is I've always said like this is how I would learn. I mean this is what I used, right? Where is it? Uh, I don't have it here, right? So I don't have that image. Okay, I have it here.
Alex, there's also Wiz Labs as well. I don't know if you're aware of them as well. They
I
pretty
think
much.
I've heard of those ones.
Yeah, that one is also, it's all those platforms are where you can, go in and have access to a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I just don't want to, like a lot of the times when you go to these places, they tell you a lot, but you actually don't learn a lot. You understand? And I just I've been through, I've paid for so many things, and sometimes it's just they don't actually understand where you're coming from or where you're at. And that's why Aziz's platform was very attractive to me in the sense that he actually understands that if you're coming from a non-technical background, you need to start at a certain level and work your way up,
Hmm.
And the explanation that he gives is very straightforward and very simple. It's not overcomplicated. It's just straight to the point. It's just the things that you need to learn. Obviously, when you got to take it a little bit further than that when you grasp those. But yeah, But a lot of these courses, they're just overwhelming.
Hmm. Yeah. So
I
basically what I'm
agree.
trying to say is the way the method I've been using to that I used to learn that I'm using to teach you guys is learn how to do something first in the management console. It doesn't even matter what it is. If you guys want to learn Terraform, just first think of what you want to work on. Think of what one project. It could be launching an EC2 instance, it could be building a VPC, whatever that is. Then try completing it in the management console. Once you complete it in the management console, I'm telling you the Terraform part is very easy because the Terraform part, the same things you see in the management console are what you would look for in Terraform. So Terraform is so if you want to learn, let's say you haven't worked with um, code build, for example, before, right? The best way to start is not to start on the Terraform code. The best place to start is start with that code build in the management console. Then once you complete your code build project, you will see all the settings you used to complete it. Let's say you complete it and it's working. You see all the settings. Those settings are the same thing you look for in Terraform. So with Terraform, all you have to understand really to get started, all you really need to understand is what is a resource type, what is an argument, how to run your Terraform commands, Terraform apply, Terraform destroy, state file. Those are the basics of Terraform. If you're taking any Terraform course, all those things will be there. But once you understand those basics, learning a resource type. So from where, for example, what I'm trying to say is, if you know what a resource type is, you will know that the resource type for EC2 is different from the resource type for VPC. So which one is more important, learning the resource type for VPC or learning what a resource type is? Because what I'm trying to say is if you understand the basics and you just know, okay, if I need to create any resource in AWS, I just need to go figure out what the resource type is. Then you go in their documentation, you find the resource type for EC2, for example. Then you say, okay, for this EC2 I'm trying to create, I need to add a key pair, I need to add an argument, I need to add a key pair, I need to add security group, I need to add subnets. How do I do that? Then you look in the documentation, you see examples of how they did it. That's how you learn Terraform. You understand? It is not from the resource itself. You have to understand what you are trying to create to learn Terraform. That's what I'm trying to say. Terraform is just what you use to automate stuff. So let's say you go through this Kubernetes course and the guy is showing you everything and you've never taken Kubernetes before and you don't understand it. You won't retain a lot of the information in that course. That's what I'm saying. So anyway, but it's up to you I mean, it's up to you what you're trying to get out of it. So I'll say. All right. Does anyone else have any question?
Well, I went through something interesting today. I was going through the Terraform course,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, there's a change in the documentation with the gateway resource.
Internet
Um,
gateway.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because
I mean the NAT gateway. Yeah.
the NAT gateway, I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the VPC to true is changed to like a domain
Mm-hmm.
to domain to VPC.
Mm-hmm.
So what I noticed, so at a point when I followed I know that it's changed, but as I was just going through the course, I made a mistake and I applied the VPC to true.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to the module document, the Terraform module document, and I changed it to domain,
Mm-hmm.
domain to VPC. Then I went to the infrastructure document trying to like apply th those changes. Then nothing changed. And
Mm-hmm.
I had to like troubleshoot the whole thing. And I deleted the lock HCL document. Then
Mm-hmm.
I used another state file. And
Mm-hmm.
that didn't work as well. Then it's acting as if there's like a patch in the Terraform. So I
Yeah.
noticed like so I noticed the Terraform, the .terraform file
Mm-hmm.
is like a catch. So it
Mm-hmm.
was until I deleted that, that's when the changes like the domain to VPC was added into the infrastructure, and that was just
Correct.
interesting.
Correct. Exactly. That is exactly what happened, right? So, and I'm glad you were able to troubleshoot it yourself. So that is one of the limitations of Terraform module, right? Using Terraform module. But there is a command you can run. So for example, let's talk about, I've explained this before, but I'm sure you probably weren't here when I was explaining. So this is how Terraform work. Anytime so let's say in this files here, right? This is my module is in this infrastructure, and my project, Matt, you'll be next once I'm done. So my project will be this pulling, calling the module to download it. And your module can be in GitHub, it can be wherever. So what
Hmm.
happens is every time you run Terraform in it, Terraform would go into where you said those modules are and would download the code. And
Hmm.
you are right. So what Terraform would do is in your project, Terraform creates this .terraform
Yeah.
folder and it stores those modules in there. Terraform also stores other things in here, like for example, your provider, right? The provider you are using, all the necessary configuration that you need to create stuff in AWS. Terraform will also store that in here because
Hmm.
because this is what allows you to be able to create stuff in AWS. And you can see over here the modules, right? And in
Yeah.
the module, it will have all your modules that it downloaded here. So the next time let's say you applied, and the next time you try to run Terraform apply to create, to continue working on that resource,
Hmm.
instead of Terraform to go back to the source you've provided to where your module is, since
Hmm.
Terraform already downloaded it for the first time, it will just go into this .terraform folder and use whatever is there,
Yeah. True.
right?
That's what I noticed.
So
It was a headache in the morning. But I'm glad
exa
I.
exactly. But then let's say you change something in the backend module. Terraform is not going back, does not know that you changed something there. It is
Yeah.
just always going to reference your modules in this .terraform thing. But
Yeah.
let's say you've changed something on your backend module and you don't want to delete. I always just delete my Terraform. So yeah, so if anyone is having that issue, delete your .terraform and delete your Terraform state. .terraform and this HCL, .terraform log HCL. It will work after that. But there's a command you can run. Let's say when you are running your Terraform in it, there's a flag you can add to it to tell Terraform to always to re-download the modules.
Is it the reconfigure? I browsed all those sites. Like there's a dash reconfigure
Yeah,
command.
I think it's that one.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's
I
that one.
went through the whole thing this morning because I just couldn't put my fingers on it. It's just annoying me. But I'm glad I
Mhm.
got it at the end.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But everyone, when you work with Terraform module, everyone learns that at some point.
Yeah.
So it's normal that you actually come across that issue with Terraform. So that's good. Yeah. Okay. All right, Matt. so What's your
Hi
question?
guys.
Hey, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine.
So I'm working on deploying dynamic website on Terraform. So that's my first time doing a Terraform project,
Okay.
and I was able to complete it. Like, can I quickly share the screen for me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
So like I have already finished it. So when I run the site, I got this page instead of the dynamic website. So I asked you and you were mentioning me like it's something to do with the migration of the database.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm pretty sure like this is the AMI that I taken from the previous project, and this is the DB snapshot. So the shop wise, and I'm pretty sure that I have migrated it successfully. So is there any way like
Okay.
we can double check like where the
Yeah,
snapshot
sure.
contains that? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So this is then log into your EC2. That's the first thing we can do. Log into your EC2.
Actually, what I think is the website itself. I think there's a license required now. Probably when you were recording the video, there wasn't a license required, but at this point, there's a license. I think I had the same issue with this, and I was trying to like go further than this, but
No,
it won't let me on this website.
no, I redeployed it. I think it's no, it's his database information.
That is correct. I had the
That's the
same
issue.
problem.
So this
This
comes
is
up all the time. I was deploying it
yep.
the other day, and I had the same issue. It's his database didn't migrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so
It's
so
it's
go into your EC2 instance and SSH into it.
Um,
this is SQL files, huh? With ECR, right?
No,
Is it?
yes, it's SQL file. It's
Yeah.
probably not properly migrated into the RDS. That's why.
Uh, yeah. He gonna
yeah,
have
I
to know the
think
status code of
the
it.
so the thing is like the first website we did it without the Terraform, right? So in the video we deleted the resources and we took the snapshot, I guess.
Yes, I understand. So how you're going to troubleshoot is log into your EC2 and go and see. First, you have to see how your instance is connecting to your database. So
Yes.
so you select using EC2 instance connect endpoint. I don't know if you have that. You don't have it.
Yeah, I don't
You
have it.
don't have the endpoint here. So
Yes.
um so that's the only way. That's like the for sure way to be able to
Check
find
whether
out.
the data is migrated. So shall I create an endpoint then
Oh yeah,
to just to double check?
create an endpoint just to test it, just to be able to connect to it.
He could have connected to it straight from the SSH client, huh? And I don't know if he got PowerShell or not or Bash. He could have got into it from there, huh?
Yeah, that's if he
But
has a key pair on the EC2 instance.
I'm just hoping he did, but I don't know.
Yeah. So scroll up. You should EC2 instance connect endpoint. Security group. You don't have a use the uh you have to create a security group first. You don't have a security group. So just go to security group and create a security group first.
I think the SSH should be fine.
Yes, but it needs to have just the outbound open. So
Yeah.
that SSH one will have inbound open. So you see that one is opening port 22. So he only just needs to open the outbound. Yeah, just type EC2
ECR.
ECI
Yeah,
EC2
here,
instance
yeah, yes,
AIC. Yeah.
yeah.
Then select your VPC. Then remove this inbound. Well, there's no inbound. Oh, sorry, that's the outbound. So add outbound room. And it needs to be SSH on your VPC side. So get your VPC site and paste it there.
I think it's
10.0.
yeah, this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and save it. All right, it's going to take time for you to create it. So you have to check your endpoint to make sure it's on. Okay, you're still, sorry, the security group, that's what we create. Yeah. So yeah, select it now and the endpoint part. There's the last one. Then select your subnet. Yeah, private data is
Maybe I'm
fine.
subnet, right? Subnet.
Any private subnet is fine. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Because this installation page also didn't let me like to go through these as well. So I got stuck this
The
point.
issue is migrating your data. That's the issue.
More than anything, I'm interested in now. We're going to troubleshoot this because I have the same issue. I had the same issue.
Oh, okay. So did you finish it?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I did. Well, it got to that point where
Mhm.
I just assumed that the problem is the license because
Mhm.
I was filling in the information that was required to fill in. Then
Mhm.
at some point, there was an error that says you need a license for something. And then I thought, oh, probably the website needs a license right now. I don't know.
I
I
see.
guess the assumption is wrong.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't think it's the license because that's one thing. I always make sure that the application is something you guys can redeploy that you don't need a license for. So, um, usually when I see that page, it means that everything else is working. It's just it can't find the SQL data. Okay,
Okay.
we'll see.
AZ,
Yeah,
have you ever worked with Amazon Grafana Workspace? Have you ever worked with that before?
Amazon. What was it?
Amazon Grafana Workspace. Uh,
No.
I, oh damn. Okay, all right. Um, only reason why, because I'm coming to a part that I had forked somebody else repository, but I haven't set up Amazon Grafana. And it's asking for import the metadata and URL, and I want to get the right one, and I thought maybe you can help me out with it. But I will figure it on out. I just gotta look. I just gotta Google it. I thought I could just ask right quick, and
So look in the
maybe I.
repositories, README. They should have instructions there if they've written one in there on how to use their repository.
Okay, all right.
So
Yeah.
So Matt, you have to update the security group for your EC2 instance to allow your endpoint security group.
Sure. So,
So your web server security group.
yeah.
So for your SSH, you can modify that SSH one. Edit in bound. Yeah. And yeah, just remove that and just put the security, the endpoint.
This one, right? EAC one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got SSH.
Then go into your HTML directory.
You mean
No, you SSH
No,
into go into your HTML directory on your EC2 instance, the one you just SSH into.
yeah,
I think it's cd/var/
CD CD var.
right?
HTML.
Yeah, ls. I mean enter, then ls. All right, then do vi. Oh no, cat. Just cat it for now. So cat your env file. Dot is .env. .env. That's where your database credential is. Enter. Right. So the RDS endpoint there, right?
Yeah,
Check
yeah.
to see if that is the same as the RDS endpoint of your current RDS.
Yeah, this one. This one.
Copy that, copy both of them into like the same document on top of each other.
I mean, can I open a notepad?
Yeah, no part is fine. That's what I meant. Now copy the one from the console to there. Let me just see, just to verify. Because I don't think this would be the issue though, because you won't be able to create it if that's the issue. I mean, you won't see the site if that's the issue.
Yeah,
Okay, it's the same. All right.
same.
So let's try to migrate your data again. So go into before we do that, go into your EC2 console. Go to the EC2 console. And for your auto scaling group, go to auto scaling group. And just change your desired capacity to 1 for now. So you see how you have 2, change it to 1. Actions, select it, yeah. Actions, edit. Change it to 1. Because since we are going to test by changing the configuration on, well, it shouldn't matter, but let's just, because what we are doing is updating the RDS. Yes, update it, but just change it to 1. Then let's try to migrate your data in the RDS again, and let's see. So launch another. You can even use the same. Do you have an EC2 instance? No, you don't. So launch another EC2 instance. Yeah, you can put it in that private or public side. Yeah, private is fine. Select your security group. And on other, yeah, advanced, add your IAM role. Right, and I think that's it. Which application is that? Is that the Shopwise one?
Yeah, so I think like the first time without the Terraform, when we created the Shopwise just to deploy, I did the same steps that was mentioned, and finally after completing the project, we deleted all the resources, right? So we only had the RDS snapshot and the AMI left. So
Yeah.
I did the same thing with the Terraform. So I think like the old EC2 instances, that's not currently there, but we can test it with this one, right?
So I'm just trying to migrate your data. So you say you created the project in the management console. You created your AMI and
Yeah,
your you created a snapshot of your RDS.
RDS, and like mentioned in the video, and we deleted all the resources in the cleanup,
So when you
and then
did you create your snapshot after you've completed the project, or when did you create your snapshot for the RDS?
in the yeah, here, this is the snapshot I was talking. Yeah, the Shopwise one.
Yeah. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, when did you create it? Was it when? Yes, you have a snapshot for it, but is your SQL data was your SQL data in that snapshot before you created it? Because
Mm,
when you use that same snapshot to launch your RDS instance, it is showing that your script is not in it. That's why you're getting that error. That's why you're getting that page. So, but
okay,
it's fine. It's fine. Once this is up, you are going to SSH into it.
so we create another instance to just test whether like it's migrated or not, right?
No, you will use that instance to migrate your script. That's what we are using this instance for.
Yeah. So what I did was basically like in when following that lecture, I created a test instance like this. I using the EAC endpoint, I SSH into it, and like I followed, and I got that successful migration message as well. And then only like we uh, at the end when we do the cleanup, when we are deleting the RDS instance, I created a snapshot. So that's the normal standard thing, right? So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but I'm not sure why like that it's not migrated actually. So
No, we'll see now, because when we migrate it, if your SQL script is there, it should, because the migration also keeps a state file. It would say whether
yeah,
there's a state file
it's
there already.
all right.
Okay. So before you run this, you also have to update your well, no, you don't have to, because your RDS already should have your EC2 thing, so you're good. All right. So do you have that migration script that
Not
we used
really
the
like
first time?
yeah, let me check it.
You say you have it or you don't have it. It's fine if you don't have it. I'll send it to you. Do you have it?
No,
Okay. I'll send it to you on Slack. It's fine. I'll send it to you. Don't worry.
yeah, this one, right? Yeah, not this one. It's
No,
actually the
no, not that one.
SQL file itself. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the script we use, the script we're going to run to migrate it. No, I meant to do that. I sent you the script on Slack, so you can look at it.
Slack.
Not that one. That's the last one I sent. No, don't paste it in there. First, you have to paste it in your notepad because you have to update stuff in it. Can you put it in Visual Studio Code instead of notepad? Hmm. So you need to update your database information there.
So there is no any way to like check it from the snapshot end, right? In ChatGPT, when I asked, like it showed me a step where we should. So let's say we have a snapshot here, right? So we can export it to S3 and like we can check whether there is any data is it within this snapshot like that.
That's what we are trying to do. We are trying to check it, but this is how we're going to check it. There's no way you can see the database information in S3.
So first we have to again migrate and see whether it's already migrated or not, right?
If you migrate it, when you migrate it, if it is already there, it will show you that the state file is being updated. That there's so that's ultimately that's the main thing that I'm trying to troubleshoot. You are getting that page because you're not your data is not in the RDS. That's why you're seeing that page. So what troubleshooting standpoint, you should be trying to migrate your data just to see if that will fix it.
So the RDS endpoint would be the current RDS that's created in this project, right?
Yeah.
Aziz, while this is going on, I have something I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay. Is it on the call?
No, it's just a realization that I came to recently that
Or is it something we want to talk about now or just when we're
it's
done?
now.
Oh, okay. No, go ahead.
Okay. Now, because I noticed, well, a couple of weeks ago, I noticed I was looking into the Linux, like the full course, like the RHCA, Red Hat Certified Admin and the engineer as well. When you get to the engineer side of Linux, it's mostly doing the administrative part of Linux. And then I found out that the tool that they're using for automation is pretty much Ansible. So I was like, huh, now that we've gotten to a point where we know Ansible a little bit, we can do stuff. That's like another career path for us, where if we wanted to, get like a second path, a career path, you'd be like, you know what, whenever I have the time in the future, I can simply just get into Linux as well,
Yeah.
learn the stuff, and then the automation tool that they're using, it's Ansible. I did not know that. I realized that a couple of weeks ago. So I was like, you know what, let me bring this up so anybody can chime in and talk about it. But it makes sense in
Yeah.
the future if you wanted to
Sure.
have multiple career paths and stuff. And yeah, I think it
So
makes a lot of sense.
yeah, that makes sense. But just a second, let me help you. So hold on. So it's saying that for user
Access
admin.
denied.
So it's your user admin.
Yeah, you can see that.
All right. And what about your password?
Yeah, password. This is the password I gave. This is the password I gave when I created that database. That
So is that the same password in your when we connected to you? Let me see that error again. Access denied for user admin.
shall
Using
I try to
password.
type master or something? But
Using
the
password. Could not connect to access denied. Password yes current. It's been set using other. Consider.
I know when I had this same problem,
I don't think
I had
it's
to
I that's what
go
I'm
ahead.
saying. I think your password is different. It's not
Yeah.
this.
so,
So in the same
let me.
project,
Yeah,
I think in the same project you completed,
let
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In the same
Mm-hmm.
project you completed, whatever RDS you used to complete that project is not the same RDS you used to create your snapshot. I don't think. I'm not sure. Maybe I may be wrong.
wait.
Now you
No.
I was thinking it might he have to log into MySQL and he have to log into with his passwords and everything. That's what I'm thinking.
This thing.
So now it's working.
Yeah. It's like yeah.
All right. So
So it's already like it didn't go through the full thing, right?
so it says so flyway recommended
It's up to date. That means
successful
like
current schema okay from one is up to date, no migration necessary. Okay, so it's showing that it's up to one. So now restart your run the well, you won't do it here. So go to your EC2, the EC2 one, connect to that one and restart your HTTP service. Let's see.
this one again or this one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
So shall I it's keep running or this
No,
one?
that one is fine. You can leave it. We're going to delete it. Just
Yeah.
SSH into the other one, then run your command.
Yeah.
So I think it's sudo httpd restart. What is it? You guys told me yesterday. Is that? I think is there like something else before it? Um, yeah, try that one. Let me see. I think that's the command. No, I
System
think it's
CTO.
missing system CTO. Yeah. So sudo system CTO httpd restart. Yeah, that's probably not the command. Let me just get it for you. Is this the EC2 instance, the server that your application is on, the one your application load
Yeah,
balancer?
yeah.
Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, it just sounds like there's quite some few things going wrong with your stuff. That's why. Okay, so try so a system restart HTTPD. Try that. System CTL. System CTL is the same system CTL. Restart HTTPD.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's
All right. Refresh on the. So close this and just open another one. And you can open in incognito too. That's probably what I would do.
sorry.
And are you using Chrome?
Yeah, Firefox.
Please try it on Chrome.
It has
It's still giving you the same thing. So I really think that is
because once we migrated to the database, if we delete with the snapshot, the data will be there in the snapshot, right? So
yeah.
why is it like?
So let's create a new RDS instance and do the migration again. Because I don't think your data is there.
So
Or
shall I?
something is wrong somewhere. So just go to RDS. Don't delete any of the stuff here. So just go to your RDS instance.
It's already the one created using Terraform. So
You
keep it and create them.
you can terminate it. That's fine. Stop it. I mean, not stop, but delete it. Cancel. Delete it.
Do I need the snapshot? All right.
No, don't take a final snapshot. No, don't retain auto backup too. Don't do that. Acknowledge and delete.
So
So
here I have to enter
use the same username and password as what you have in your EC2 right now. So that way you don't have to update it. You understand?
So I have to enter the password that we
So
used to migrate.
whatever password is in your env file, that's the one you should use. So
Yeah.
you remember that your
Yeah.
server?
Yeah.
Can
This one. Yeah.
No, not the one we used to migrate it. Please check your env file for your EC2 instance. No, yeah, you can stay where you are on this paper. Just go back to the other where you connected to your EC2 instance. There's this one. No. Yeah, you're in
This
the
one.
right place. Yeah. So go into your HTML directory.
Okay.
and cat your env file is cat.env,
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
right? So you guys can already even see the problem, right? So hold on, Matt, right? So you guys can see that in his EC2 instance, right? Look at the password that is there
Maddie.
for the database, right? But when we actually ran the database migration, right, and it worked, it was a different password.
Yeah.
Matt, did you see that?
Yeah.
So that's why I was saying that there's an inconsistency between your database and your endpoint. I mean, your database, the credentials in your database and the credentials in your env file. But what I'm curious about is why is it still, maybe for this application, even if it can find the information, it still worked, because you can see that it's different password. So even here, right, on that RDS, you used the name admin. That was your database name, your database
Yeah.
username. But you can see here your database username is Mandy.
Mm.
So that's why I was saying that the RDS you use to create that snapshot is entirely different from the one you use to complete the application. The
Yeah.
one you use to complete the project. I think you completed the project. Maybe you used the wrong RDS to create the snapshot, or you create another RDS after that, and you created your snapshot after that. But it's not the same one you used to
Yeah.
complete the project.
Yeah. I
Because,
created the snapshot after that, I guess.
yeah, exactly. Because how I knew that is because whatever we see in your env file, that is
Mm.
exactly what you configured for your RDS when you were working on that project. But
Yeah.
it's fine. So I just wanted to point that out because there was the question, is it that the fact that the license is not working, or which is a good point. And I was leaning more towards, I don't think the license is affecting it. It is your data not being migrated. So that's all the things you rule out. So now just create your RDS instance to have the same credentials as this one.
All right. So with my username and my password, right? So I have to
Yeah,
modify
yes,
the admin
exactly.
as well.
So call that mending. And your password, please make sure you use the same password. Can you do show? I think there's like a show thing at the bottom. Well, they removed it. It used to be able to let you show it, so that way. So
Yeah, I did.
just make sure you use the same password. All right. And also, scroll up a little bit. Let me say something to where you have your instance name right here, right? Make sure the whatever that name is the same name in that env file too. So at the beginning of your endpoint,
Application DB, yeah.
oh no, that's no application DB, no. Go back to that thing. So you see your endpoint, right? Your endpoint where it says DB host. The first part of it will be whatever your instance name is.
Dev RDS DB.
Yeah. Okay. So I just want to make sure it's the same. All right, keep going. You're good now.
It's already exists, means like we deleted the last one, terminated, but
That one is still deleting, that's why. It's fine. Just keep, or we can wait till the other one is completely deleted. So there are two ways we can do it. We can either use a different name, but if we use a different name, we have to now go and update your env file, which I don't want to do that because,
it's getting deleted. We'll see.
yeah, it just takes time. So go back, let's wait for it to be deleted, then so
I
that
think
name,
it's deleted, right? So it's no instance found at the moment.
it's because you started creating it before this got deleted. So you refresh your whole page and just start again. It should work after that. So refresh. All right.
And here I can see they have removed the T2 micro as well.
Yeah, just use state 3.
This
Yeah,
option.
they removed it. Yeah. All right. Connectivity. Yeah, you just select your security group. So those stays the same. So just select your VPC. Select your subnet group is there. Then
The security groups.
yeah, use the existing one. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Scroll up, scroll up. I missed something. Just a second. Right here. Oh, okay, go down. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure that so we need to create your database too. So I think it's under this additional configuration.
Yeah, I will put that same day.
All right, cool. Now, create it. There you go.
So
So
that's what
do
happened, right? Yeah.
close. Then yeah, it's because you started creating it before. So click view credentials just so that way I'm just sure. I just want to verify that it's the same thing. Well, they used to be able to show you the password here. They don't. Oh, okay. Oh, you have to copy it out. Okay,
It's,
type it. Okay, cool. All
the
right.
same as this. Yeah.
1, 2. All right, cool. So now let's wait for this RDS to be created. Then you still have that EC2 instance connect EC2, the
Yeah.
EC2 we
So
used to
I have to
migrate.
again redeploy, again migrate to this instance, right? Now.
No, so yes, you will use that instance to migrate your data again. Yes, if that's what you meant. Yeah.
Because of this credential only, it didn't properly, like, some issues went on. Maybe.
So what will happen is you can use the same EC2 instance. You already installed Flyway on it, and
Mhm.
and so the only thing you have to do is, can you go in that your script, update your credentials now, so we can do that while this is running. So in that your Visual Studio Code script. So you need to update your endpoint. Yeah, I think your endpoint will be the same, but I still just want to update it, copy it and paste it there just to make sure. All right. So once your endpoint is available in there, we'll replace it.
But even though, like, that migration took place, that due to the security credentials, like, it properly didn't get, like, migrated, I guess. That's why I couldn't able to load the page.
Your data migrated, but your RDS and your EC2 are not connected. They are two different things, right? So the data migrated into the RDS instance, but the RDS instance you migrated the data into has a different credentials than your EC2.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Right. So your data got migrated, but the credentials of the RDS you have in your EC2 is a different RDS instance. So it is not connected.
For that, we are deleting the already existing one and we are recreating it again with the correct credentials. And we have to migrate it again to, like.
Yes. So because I'm doing it this way just so because since we are troubleshooting, I have to do it this way to rule out
Yeah.
the fact that that is not the problem.
Yeah. But anyway, like, since you are doing the Terraform project, like, usually we don't come and do in the console, right? Just for the troubleshooting only, we are doing with the help of the console, I guess.
Yes. So we are doing it in the console now. So once we are done testing, if everything works, you will now use this RDS instance to create your snapshot. Then that's the snapshot you use moving forward. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So now go back to the EC2 connect one. Not this one. The not this one.
can I open it again?
Oh yeah, just
Test,
yeah, just
test, test. this test one, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm. You should already have the SQL script in there. We'll
Yeah.
see. So ls, before you paste that ls, let me see something. I just want to make sure. Okay, perfect. All right, now paste your. All right, now run your flyway migrate. You don't need all that stuff anymore because you already did those things.
So now that I can remove that, like
So,
the last
so
snapshot, I can delete it, right? This snapshot, I
okay,
don't need it anymore.
just a second. You will just migrate the data, then go back. We still on the issue. Once we figure out that's the issue, then you can do the other stuff. So
All right.
go into your EC2 instance, then restart your EC2 instance. So not this one, the other one. You have to, not this one. You have to go into your main server. Yeah.
Very good.
Did you guys know why another EC2 instance got created and the other one was
Yeah, because
terminated?
of the auto scaling group, we
Correct.
set the desired capacity one. Yeah.
Correct. Because since you deleted the RDS instance, your
Restart HTTPD.
yeah, uh system restart HTTP. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Now I can see this.
Wow. I'm
Yeah.
even glad that worked actually.
Look,
Mm.
it is gonna, of course, it's gonna work, right? So,
Yeah.
so, so now, is it really one? That's you speaking, right? Am I saying your name right?
It's
Good.
Ayakom, yeah.
Read one, right? Is
Yeah,
the one speaking, right? Okay,
yeah, it's
cool.
read one.
Read one. So we ruled out the fact that the code work, because that's one of the things I make sure when I'm picking it, that there is no license you guys have to add at the end, right? Since
Yeah.
you already have the code, there's nothing the whoever created it can do to the code dynamically to make you put the license in, right? So we know it's not the license. And I've said it anytime you guys are deploying it, if you see that page, if you can access your um okay, Matt, other did you delete the other so
No, no,
so
no,
now
no,
that we've
no.
tested it that works, the proper step is
This is
delete your
when I delete this database, I have to create that snapshot, latest one, right?
no,
I-
hold on, don't delete the database yet. The other step is delete your snapshot, the old one that does not work.
yeah.
All right. So go to your database. Then you can create a snapshot for it. You don't have to wait till you are deleting it. You can select it and click actions and take snapshot.
Take snapshot.
Oh, wait.
Wait, like
Choose.
it didn't, like it's still backing up, right?
All
So
right.
maybe
So yeah, so wait till your RDS is fully running. I mean,
it's
so
backing up. Yeah. So,
refresh your page. Yeah, so you just have to wait. Just wait till everything is done before you take the snapshot. Okay. So read
we
one.
will need this snapshot, like in future projects, we need this snapshot carry on, right?
the way your Terraform code is set up, yes, you will need it. So once you create it, don't delete it. And it's not going to cost you anything, so don't delete it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, just
snapshots doesn't cost anything, right?
no.
Only the data.
You have to have so much of it in there, like thousands, for you to
Yeah.
get charged. So 1 or 2 is not going to cost anything. I still have snapshots in my account from 4 or 5 years ago. They don't charge me for them. So when you guys
Mhm.
work on a project and you have an RDS instance that works, and you want to take a snapshot of it, take a snapshot of it, and you can leave your snapshot in there. You don't have to delete it.
Well, basically, Aziz, it's not that the snapshot didn't work. It was because he had configured it with different credentials, right?
Correct. So the snapshot he used to create his RDS instance is different from the original snapshot he used to complete the application. You understand? Should I repeat that again?
Yeah.
I should repeat it again?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just share my screen and I'll explain.
Nice talking.
So Matt, what you should do is wait for your RDS instance to be fully running.
Yeah.
Then take a snapshot of it, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Then once you've taken a snapshot of it, wait for everything to be the snapshot to be there and everything. Then you can now delete your RDS. So
Well,
in the future, when you run your Terraform code, because we kept the same name,
Are you sharing, Aziz?
not yet. I'm not sharing
Okay,
yet.
sorry. I thought you.
No, it's fine. Thank you. Because you are keeping the same name, everything will work, right?
okay. Yeah, yeah.
So, Alex, this is what happened. And you guys, I'm sorry, I do have to go at 1 because I'm babysitting. My wife has to go somewhere, so I have to watch my boy. So I'll be ending at the same time we're ending today. I won't be able to go over, but let me just explain what's going on. Right. So, Alex, so what happened is when he completed the project in the management console, right? He did the project in the management console, right? And he had his RDS instance, so this one, right? He was supposed to, because at the point where you complete your project, right? Your website is already installed on the EC2 instance and your data is migrated into the RDS. They are both sharing information. So what I ask you guys to do is use this EC2 instance to create an AMI, which he did, right? Understand that when you've configured your application in the end, then you create the AMI, whatever you already configured on this EC2 instance will already be there. So when he created his AMI, that is there, right? So the issue is now this RDS. What I'm saying is he didn't use this, well, not even, from what we saw, he didn't use this RDS to create a snapshot. So he was supposed to use this same RDS to create a snapshot. So let's say the snapshot would be over here, right? So when he was now working on the next project, he will use this AMI to launch his EC2 instance. And let me just try it. He will use this AMI to launch his EC2 instance. And he will use this snapshot to relaunch his RDS, right? But the snapshot he was using was an entirely different snapshot. So let's say it is this one. I don't know how he created it. It's like an entirely different snapshot, right? So instead of using this one, he used this one. So this created the RDS. So the issue is it was now having is that the information that is on this one does not match the information that the RDS was currently previously sharing with this AMI. Does that make sense? I know I have a bunch of junk on the screen.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing is the point of creating a snapshot, right, or AMI is think of it as you are taking the exact same copy of the resource at that time. So if you use an EC2 instance to create an AMI, right? I'll try. Why is it? Okay. So if you use an EC2 instance to create an AMI, the EC2 instance will have the same exact configuration. So if you use the EC2 instance to create an AMI, the AMI will have the same exact configuration the EC2 instance has. That's why in his the EC2 instance that the AMI created, remember I said, let's go into it. We check the env file. The database credential he configured in the env file, the first time you worked on it is what is there. Because since he did it and he used that EC2 instance to create an AMI, whatever it was already on the EC2 instance, any EC2 instance the AMI create will see the same exact thing there. It's the same thing with the RDS. When you create a snapshot of your RDS, whatever was there when you create the snapshot, when we use that snapshot to launch another RDS, is the same exact thing you will see. So in order for it to work in the Terraform, he has to be using the same AMI he created with the EC2 and the same snapshot he created with the RDS. But in his case, the snapshot was different.
So in the working environment, what do you do? Do you have a library of your, like, obviously you're going to have several snapshots, right, of RDS. Do you have like do you use the same password and username all the way through, or you just have like a library of passwords that you've used for different ones?
I don't understand.
All right. In the working environment, right, you're gonna have several snapshots. So how do you remember all those the username and password?
So if you several snapshots for different RDS or the same RDS?
For different RDSs, I mean, for different ones.
So different RDS will have their own password. Yeah.
So
right?
what do you keep a note of that somewhere?
Yes, I mean you guys would have, just like the way you are storing, you can store, typically they will store RDS password in like secret manager or something. They will have a vault where they're storing the password.
Okay.
But so is your question that if we have 10 RDS, 10 separate RDS instance and 10 separate snapshot, are you just asking that as a general question, or are
That's
you
a
saying
general
that?
question. No, I'm saying as a general question, yeah.
Okay.
You have snapshots, right? You're gonna have multiple snapshots, right?
Oh, I see.
Each one of them is gonna have like a password and a username.
I see.
Say you'd use different passwords or usernames. Do you actually have a library where you actually keep them or something?
I see what you're saying. So you're just saying that if we continue taking snapshots, how do we keep track of the
Yes.
passwords for those snapshots? Yes. So typically there's
I think that's where tagging
where
comes in place. Tagging the AMI and
correct.
on the snapshot.
Correct. Let me
RDS.
correct. Right. So all that stuff, yes, you're right. So what Ridwan said, and here. So let me just log into the console and I'll show you. So there's different ways you can store your RDS secret. I've worked on a project where it is stored in perimeter store, and I've worked where it is stored in secret manager. So if you create a snapshot, right? So secret manager even has a feature that can get your RDS credentials automatically for you. So you can see it here. So if you have an RDS instance, all you have to do is, if you put the username and password of that RDS instance here, right? And you create it, it would pull all the secret credentials of that RDS instance and store it as a secret, right?
Yeah.
So what Ridwan says, what comes into this in play? When you now want to delete the RDS instance, but you want to create it, you created a snapshot of it. So you can tag that snapshot to the secret name. So when you are looking at it in the future, you know, okay, For the credentials for this RDS, I just have to go into the secret to get it. There
Right.
you will see the username, password, endpoint, and all that stuff.
Mm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that's how it's done. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this is one method. This is how you do it in AWS. Other people have different ways. Other people have different ways.
Yeah, because I was just thinking in the future, because obviously it's easier for us now because we're using the same one over and over and over again, even though Matt had made a mistake trying to change it. But in case you need to change it, and obviously you're not going to be using the same ones, what happens? This is what you've just explained.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Typically, yes, you use secret manager. So which is why I would say like you guys can also work on enhancing the project. So once you are done, instead of actually manually typing our password, store your credentials in RDS, and I mean store your credential in secret manager and pull it from there. So in all my Terraform code that I've updated, this is how I'm doing it. My RDS credential is actually in the secret manager, and it is being pulled from secret manager every single time. So that's another way you guys can enhance the project.
That's how you reference it in some of the Terraform projects where
Yes.
you put in this. Yeah, yeah, and I said now okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And
So
the nice thing about, I guess, Secret Manager is that it periodically rotates the password, so you don't have to keep
correct.
it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you want secret manager to rotate the password, there will be an option. Like if I click next year, there will be an option there to have it automatically rotated, and you can do that too. Yeah. Okay, cool. Does anyone else have any question? I do have 9 minutes. Sean, you know what? Let me just send that file to you now because I know I'm supposed to send it, but I keep forgetting. Let me just do it now.
Okay, thank you.
But we might need to get together so I can show you how to run it.
That's cool. We could set up sometime this week. I'm gonna play with it and see what I can do with it,
Okay.
and I'll get with you if I run it.
Okay. So let me just share my screen. Let me just show you on the screen now. So when you get the file, I'm going to just send all my Terraform project to you. So in that Terraform project, so this is the Terraform project, right? It will have the what is going on? I feel like I'm missing some stuff. Oh, no, I'm not. Right. So this project has, I'll send Terraform project to you. In the project, it has when I deployed it using EC2. It has when I deployed it using ECS and EKS, right? This is the EKS one. So in the EC2 one, you'll find the different applications, right? So the EKS one is really your concern for now. So if you click on the EKS one, so far I did I did all 3 projects that we've worked on here, right? So my main code is in the infrastructure. Everything here is dynamic. You don't have to change anything here, right? So so let's say you are working on the Nest application, right? So in the Nest application, you see my main.tf file here. So in my main.tf file, this is where you have to update. And I've made sure that all the things you have to update, I listed it at the top. So here, you just have to update your account ID, your region. Environment is just you can state there, your project. Say this project directory is referring to, in this EKS thing, the project directory is that. So you can leave that. This is your secret, a secret manager, right? And your secret suffix. And I can show you what this looks like shortly. The only other thing you have to update here is you can make this local too. This is your IP address to allow the EKS cluster to connect to your IP, right? But everything else, you should be able to run it after that, and everything should work. So my Kubernetes manifest scripts for each application in their directory would be in the deployment. So here, if you go in there, the good thing is I wrote this to run. If you are using a Windows computer, it will run the commands for the Windows, and if you are using a Mac computer, it will run the commands for the Mac. So everything is dynamically added there. So that you'll find the manifest and the scripts in the deployment. And for Terraform, like I said, all you have to do is update this part and update here. And in Secret Manager, this is what your secret should look like. In Secret Manager, make sure, and you can take a screenshot of this. Can take a screenshot of it.
Yeah, I'm doing it now.
I have more secrets in here because I'm just using my Secret Manager for any secrets that I need to pull. But you can use different. The only ones you need for this project is this one, your RDS username password, maybe secret personal access token. But the main thing I want to point out is you have to use the same value for your key, because that is what I have in the. This is what I have in the Terraform code, and it has to be lowercase, the same exact way. As long as you,
I can go in the code and edit it, right? And change that.
Yes, or you can create your own key and change it in the code. Yeah, whichever one works for you. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. And so since I already exposed my access key, let me just change it now. Let me just hello, hi.
Yeah, can you send this to me, like the ETS Terraform project?
Is it Mr. Henry?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. No, I was just trying to make sure. I didn't know. I only always recognize you guys by your voice because I don't have the list open and I don't know who's speaking at the time. So
Yeah,
I just
sorry.
wanted to make sure. Okay, I'll send it to you too.
Okay.
Is it possible you can send it to all of us then?
All right, then I'm gonna just put it in the chat. You guys download it
Yeah,
from
just
there.
send us all the Terraform projects so that we can just work on it ourselves and see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
All right. Okay, cool.
I'll be finding myself looking for other projects to do. So I was like,
Okay.
yeah, I could do this. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I am still like trying to do the first set of projects. I just finished the first project. I was one that had the issue with my computer.
Oh, okay.
For the Amazon Connect from my PC. So you said you were going to send me something on how to resolve that on my system, although I completed the project already.
Yeah.
But and so that's just one thing I wanted to remind you. Then another thing is I just want to see, I don't know how to actually structure my posts on each project that I put out. Like after doing it and putting it on GitHub, like how to structure my posts on LinkedIn or something, so I can really understand if there's like if anyone can share or something on the best way to post on LinkedIn.
I think what people do is, what is that? And I can't remember the name. It's probably what's the name of that site you guys people use? So there's like a platform where you can create your post on that allows you to write your post, add screenshots or whatever you want to add, right? Your code snippet and other Medium, yeah.
Medium.
There's Medium, there's multiple ones, right? Then after that you can now share the link. You can now share the link you can now share the link on your LinkedIn.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how you would do it if you want to share to LinkedIn. That's how you do it. Yeah. But because whatever the project you are, you won't be able to share it on LinkedIn just like that. You understand? You won't be able to just. It is not an effective way to add. You know what I mean? To add your code and all that stuff in a LinkedIn post. I think LinkedIn allows you to do it, but I think the best way to do it is through Medium. Write your post on those sites, then share the link on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Medium, GitHub, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I do I do write-ups and post on Medium, and then I share my GitHub, my code through GitHub.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys, just a second. Maybe I may be able to stay to answer a question, but you guys might be hearing noise. Can bring it. You guys might be hearing my son making noise in the background.
Yeah. It's
Hello,
okay.
baby Aziz.
All right, thank you. All right, yeah. Okay. I can't
Oh, that's so adorable.
Can you bring something for him to play?
You hear him, AZ? He saved my name, he saved my name.
Get on the ground. Okay, get on the ground.
It was my name that was saying.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I disconnected my mic by accident because my son likes playing with my headphone. So I give him, he'll play with the wire.
Yeah.
But then I forget that I'm using the same headphone. I disconnected it. Okay.
Yeah, he saved my name, AZ. That's all. That's all he was calling me. You know what I mean?
All right. Okay, cool. So where were we? We can so with that with your computer, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, sure, we can hear
Go
you.
ahead.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. With your computer that you are having that issue, it is specific to your computer, and I think is I know Ade is here. Ade, are you still here or you left?
Yeah, I'm here.
Remember that issue with that not being able to run the EC2 instance connect endpoint from your computer and how you resolved it? I think Victoria is having the same issue.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember how to? Can you find that link to that post you created on how to resolve it? How you resolve it, so I can
Yeah,
share it.
I'll look. Yeah, I'll look for it.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Ade.
Okay. How do I touch base with you, Ade?
Ade is in the chat in
In the chat, Slack.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the Slack. Yeah, I'll find you out. Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
I think I have to go now. Talk to you guys later. See you next week.
I think we're doing. Have a good one. Yeah, it is one. All right. Does anyone else have any question? Does anyone have a question before?
Yeah, Aziz, do not forget to share those.
The Kubernetes stuff, the Terraform code.
Yeah, the Terraform codes.
Okay, I'll share with you guys.
And that's it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
See you next week.
And you linking with me tomorrow, huh? Like,
yes, we can.
If you have any,
yes.
If you have anything that come up, just hit me on the Slack. You know, things change. You know,
I'll make time.
We can hit Monday or Tuesday.
I'll make time.
It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter.
Time.
I understand that you have a responsibility, man.
No, I'll make time. I'll make time. Don't worry about it. Make time.
Yeah, Fees, sometime this week I'll send you something to see where your availability is too. I would like to have a discussion with you about some topics.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that's great. That's great. All right, no problem. All right. Thanks everyone. I would see you guys, some of you guys this week and some of you guys next week. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, Aziz. Bye, everybody.
Appreciate you, AZ.
No problem.
Thank you, Aziz.
Bye.
Bye.
No problem. Bye.